Cleopatra Silverwing. It was the start of spring in the forest. Cleopatra Silverwing squirmed and wriggled out of her chrysalis. She stretched and fluttered her pink and purple reversible wings and began to fly. "Mum, Dad, look at me," she called. While the other butterflies fluttered about gently, Cleopatra learned to do stunts. She was an expert at loop-the-loops. Cleopatra was also the best at playing hide and seek. She knew that if she hid in a pink and purple flower, no one could ever find her. One morning, Cleopatra was dangling high up in a tree, dreaming of adventure. "Come inside," her dad called out. "There's a storm coming." "But I want to practice my cherry dip flip," said Cleopatra. "Don't be silly," said her mum. "It's far too windy." Cleopatra sulked. Then, when she was sure no one was watching, she tiptoed through the petals, snuck between the leaves, and spun into a super cherry dip flip. "Tee ha ha," she giggled as the wind tickled her wings. But then an enormous gust of wind blew by and swept Cleopatra away. It tossed her up over rivers and hills, higher and higher, until the forest was just a tiny green dot below. What an adventure, thought Cleopatra. It whipped her over snowy mountain peaks and into thick fluffy clouds. Cleopatra did so many loop-the-loops that she became very dizzy and cold. "I should fly home," she said. But she couldn't. Her wings were frozen. Then suddenly the wind dropped her, splat, into a gooey swamp. Some grass twitched. A rock toppled. Something big zoomed overhead. A frog opened its hungry mouth and stuck out its sticky tongue. "Help!" Cleopatra leapt out of the way just in time. She needed to hide, but there were no pink and purple flowers to hide in. "I want my mum," she said. Soon it was dark. Hundreds of eyes stared out at Cleopatra. She tucked herself up as small as she could and pretended she was playing a very long game of hide and seek. Suddenly, Cleopatra heard a loud buzzing noise. She saw a light. It was coming closer and closer and closer. It was coming straight for her. Her heart beat fast. "Please don't eat me," she cried. "I won't eat you," said a firefly as he landed. "Are you lost?" Cleopatra trembled. "Mum and Dad told me not to go out in the storm. Now it's dark and I can't find my way home." "We can light the way," said the firefly. He flashed his glowing light on and off. "That's amazing," said Cleopatra. She didn't know of any bugs in the forest that could do that. Firefly and his friends lit the way out of the swamp and over the mountains. As the sun came up, Cleopatra could see the forest. "I can see my flower," she said. She did an extra special loop-the-loop and landed on her favourite flower. "Whoopee! Thank you," she called as she waved goodbye to the fireflies. "You're safe," cried Mr. and Mrs. Silverwing, and they gave her a big butterfly kiss. Her mum and dad and friends had been looking for her everywhere. "I promise I won't go off on my own again until I'm much older," said Cleopatra, "and I will always tell you where I'm going." But when the wind picks up, Cleopatra still loves showing off her cherry dip flip to her friends. Woohoo!